everybody. I'd like to take a moment to thank you all for coming to celebrate this special day for Kelly and Kale. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Kelly's older sister, Amy. I just said that right. I'm her older sister. I'm older than Kelly, so don't get that wrong.
She's my auntie.
So tonight I'm gonna give you all some big sister advice and hope that finally, after all these years, Kelly will finally realize what a wealth of knowledge that I really am. So, when Kelly's first started planning our wedding, I was so excited. Not only was my little sister going to marry a great man, but I was going to be her maid of honor. That meant that I had some serious duties ahead of me. There was planning her shower, picking up bridesmaids' dresses, and writing a speech. Or in other words, I had to party, shop, and talk. Couldn't go wrong there. But with my gung-ho nature, at times, I think I kind of drove my sister a little bit crazy. As you know, she's such a calm person. She's so laid back. She's always cool and collected, even in the most stressful situations. I've always admired that about her. This carries over to her career as well. She has one of the most challenging careers that I've ever seen, and she deeply cares about her students and coworkers that she works with. She would have given up her shirt off of her back to anybody that she works with or knows. This is just who she is. And this is in times that I would have thrown in the towel, and Kelly always perseveres. I'm so proud of the woman and mother that Kelly's become. I wish my mother could have seen this today to witness this beautiful day. Kelly, Mom would have been so happy and proud of you, and she would have been so happy that you've chosen Kale as the partner and father that he is to your children. You both created such a caring and supportive home to Craig and Jonah, and I learn from you each every day. Having just celebrated my 10th year anniversary with my husband, David, I'm well aware that life is not always perfect. But when you make an effort to work together with mutual love and respect, it will make life more enjoyable. The unconditional love that my husband Dave and I share together, it gets stronger with every year. And Kelly, Kale is now your family. He will see you at your best and worst, and he will love you the same for it. I wanted to find a quote that was fitting, and I found a quote from Bob Marley, and I thought it was kind of cool. And it's not what you think, but I'm going to share it with you. It says, "He's not perfect, and you aren't either. And the two of you will never be perfect. But if he can make you laugh at least once, causes you to think twice, and if he admits to being human and making mistakes, hold on to him and give him the most that you can. He isn't going to quote poetry. He's not thinking about you every single moment, but he will give you part of him that he knows that you could break. Don't hurt him, and don't try to change him, and don't expect more than he can give. Don't analyze, but smile when he makes you smile, and yell when he makes you yell, and miss him when he's not there. Love hard when there is no love to be had, because perfect guys don't exist, but there's always one perfect guy out there for you." So everybody, I'd like you to raise a glass for Kelly and Kale.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy. And now we turn the microphone over to our best man and brother of the groom, Nate Skrocki.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I've been waiting to give this speech for 13 years. But before I get to the reason why I've been waiting, I want to give you a glimpse into the way Kale's mind works. It's not familiar. When we were 6, Kale broke a window in our garage. I was there with him. And we were both very nervous. About it. I could see Kale sweating and turning red like he's now doing. And I encouraged him to just go tell Mom and Dad you did it, and that's it. Kale came up with a better idea. If I break every window in the garage, maybe they won't notice. So, he did that. So, here's one example. Just another quick example. When he was about 10 or 11, he was in school, and he noticed the kid in front of him was getting free lunch, and all he had to do to get free lunch was fill out this little slip, say you got free lunch, and there it was. So Kale tried this, and it worked. He did it for 3 more months in a row until the cafeteria workers asked him, "Who's your father?" "The principal." "Well, you're going to see him." So Kale was brought down to the principal's office, had to do a little bit of work in the cafeteria for the rest of the year, and we realized the principal's salary does not qualify. So fast forward to my wedding 13 years ago. Kale left my wife and Leanne with a pearl of wisdom. That pearl is as following. Marriage is like peeing your pants. At first it's warm and comfortable, and then you realize you made a mistake. That's why I've been waiting to talk for 13 years. At that point, having experienced 23 years of my brother's thought process, I understood the brilliance of his fine-tuned, articulate words. Marriage is warm and comfortable, especially at first, and there might be some times you might think you made a mistake. Luckily for me, the warm and comfortable part has lasted for my 13 years. Now I know that most married couples, when they're going through a rocky time, the first thing they think of is, what was said by the best man at our wedding? What advice did they have to give? So the pressure's on. I had to come up with something. My first stop was the local library. Now I haven't been in a library in 25 years, and probably won't be for another 25. But I looked for a book on how to have a successful marriage. I found the most ornate book I could, thinking that it may contain the secrets that have been provided for generations for couples, unlocking the key to happiness. Some of the advice in that book included, a wife should never read while her husband is talking. No marriage can survive when a man has an empty stomach. Sex before marriage is not discussed, by no means acted upon. After discussing this with Jonah, we decided this wasn't the right advice for this one. So I moved on. My next step was Kale and I's father, Skrocki. My dad is a successful man. He has influenced and supported countless students and people in our community. I was confident that he would be able to provide something that I could share here today, and this is what he had to share. Kale, I have given you advice for the last 36 years. From getting along with friends, to buying a car, choosing a school, preparing a career, and countless other things. And you have ignored it all. And what advice I give you on marriage, you'll continue to ignore. Well, again, not what I was looking for. So I started to reflect on what made my marriage successful. But all I could come up with was the cliche advice like lifting up and putting up down the toilet seats, keeping separate checking accounts, and always making time for one another. It just didn't seem what I wanted to leave you guys with. Last ditch effort. I visited my grandfather late last night to see if he had any ideas how I can pull this all together. This is what Josh had to say. Although Kale is my grandchild, I consider him more of a close friend. He has always been there for me and helped me countless times over the years. He is hardworking, has a good heart, and will help anyone. When I first met Kelly, I knew she was different than the other girlfriends Kale had in the past, and that she shared many of the same qualities he had. I too have seen these with Kelly, in her interactions with Kale, her children, and also at work. Josh continued saying, as long as Kale and Kelly give to each other and their family what they give everyone around them, they can't and won't fail. Will everyone join me in raising a toast to Kale and Kelly? I wish you both a lifetime of success, health, and happiness. Skrocki.
Thank you, Nate. Now we turn the microphone over to the father of the bride, Bill Grove.
Hey, everybody. Hi. How about the weather for today? Is this something? If we not get blessed with this day, good. We've been swimming on the lawn. What do you want, Greg?
He's my papa.
Yes, he is.
That's my little buddy. Anyway. You are. I want to thank everybody for joining us for this great celebration today. This is, is a very special, important day for me. And Kelly and Kale and all of us, really. Kelly and Kale are like Amy and Dave. No, they're like that in the way that Amy and Dave were made for each other. And in my heart, I know that Kelly and Kale are made for each other. Okay? Now, it took a long time to get here, and I get that completely. But these guys are soulmates. And I can tell you right now, I am not wrong with this one. Okay? Because we put it to a test this week, and it passed, and everything's great. I love you guys. Kelly, I love you. Kale, I love you. Amy, Dave, my grandkids, my new family, my new Skrocki family. Awesome people. And all you great people who came here today, thank you. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time, okay?
Thank you, Bill. You can all take your seats. So once again, have a nice round of applause for our new bride and groom, everybody.